Listener discretion is advised. Good afternoon and welcome to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts, Fred and Janet Cox, right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board right now, send us an email. Our email address is liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, right to your hosts of the Liquid Green Health Show, Fred and Janet Cox.
And good afternoon. It's another Sunday afternoon. It is April 21. We're getting very close to that summer date, right? Very close. It still feels a little chilly. It's a little bit warm here and there. But good thing is you don't have to bundle up in those layers and layers and layers. And I love that. So good afternoon and welcome to the Liquid Green Show, everyone. A greeting to our warm greetings to our listeners and viewers across Canada, United States, and around the globe. We are the Coxes, and we're still tinkering with our lighting system here. We invite you to sit back, relax, put your feet where it's most comfortable, and enjoy the next hour of edutainment. We're hoping that this hour will help to steer you on an exciting journey toward a vibrant, healthier lifestyle. Folks, we really love your comments. We've gotten a few prior to the show. Some came in a few hours ago, some a few days ago. We love your comments, and we would like you to keep them coming. Let us know where you're listening from. Send those email to liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. That's liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, please do not forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think of this broadcast. And again, also check out our broadcast on Spotify. You can also watch us, if you want to see what we look like, you want to, see how handsome I am. Yes, on YouTube, you can see all of that. And again, your comments to Liquid Green Health Show is much appreciated.
Actually, we got 3 new subscribers yesterday, and the weird thing is where we got them. Do you remember?
In the store, the grocery store.
At Costco. We were in Costco, signing up for the first time ever.
Yeah, we thought it's time that we sign up for Costco because when you look at the gas prices, and,
price of computers, whatever.
Price of computers and all the stuff. And when you look at the price in the grocery store and what you're paying and what what Costco is offering, I think it was worth the sign.
But it's scary because when I look at those carts
oh my gosh.
Full to the brim with food, and I'm sure most of that food is at least a third of that food, especially the fresh vegetables, are going to go into the waste bin in another week or so. When you buy so much, I don't know,
they probably have large freezers.
Large freezers, large families, but we tend with the fresh vegetables, unless you can use it so
But
quickly,
we went into the meat section. It still isn't that, inexpensive.
Well, Costco won't be seeing me very often. I think they'll be seeing you more often.
The cuts are bigger, but my gosh,
expensive.
2/3 of $100 you're paying for some of these things, man.
So it was an interesting week, Frederick.
Yes.
We heard O.J. Simpson died, and we were just talking.
And you
to
cried.
producer.
And you cried. Tell the truth, you cried, right? Tears.
Don't say that because people might believe you. Okay, people might believe you. You're a very convincing liar.
I shed a tear.
So don't say that. But we were discussing with Gary and Mike just before, and apparently Gary was saying he heard that the kids had to sign a non-disclosure.
I wonder what for.
I don't know. The secret is out there. It's going to be like
he said he saw pictures. He saw pictures of the document, and a lot of it was redacted. So maybe in the redactment he had, I did it.
Or It's for me to know and you to
Me
find
to know
out.
and you to find out. Okay, folks.
Also,
Yeah.
the leaves.
Oh, don't
For
no,
the
please.
folks
No,
in,
no, no, no.
for the folks in
No,
Toronto,
don't go there. Don't go there.
another year of, well, it's as Kofi, our son, who is a 12-year-old addicted Leaf fan. We're trying to convince him to pick another sport or at least another team.
Yeah, get into
But-
water sport or something, man. You know,
Curling, you know,
yeah.
bet on women's
Pick up curling,
basketball,
yeah.
something,
Jeez.
where they win. But anyway, we're gonna wish the Leafs a really great season.
Lots of
And hope
excitement.
Boston will not do it again to them this year,
Hope.
right?
The big thing there is hope.
Yeah.
Right?
And finally, before you start, Gary, Mike, you won't believe what Frederick bought yesterday. It was record store day across the world, apparently.
Yeah. Did you visit the record store, Gary?
Have I been where? I'm sorry?
Did you visit any record stores yesterday? Yesterday was record day.
Record store day
No,
around
I
the world.
did not. I did not go to any.
And he ended up buying 3 albums.
Yeah, and I paid $5.75 for 3.
But
Well, you know, my original band back in the 80s when we were on Atlantic Records is still going on eBay for $30, $40.
oh my goodness. I hope you're getting some of those royalties.
No, well, not from them. I get royalties for life from the record label, but not from the private sellers. No.
Okay, great. All right.
All right,
So,
so
ready
that's
to
it.
start the
We
show?
have an exciting show as usual today, and I'm going to let you kick it off.
Celery, we're talking about greens.
Yeah. We've chosen 2 specific greens.
Yeah.
One is a fruit and one is a vegetable.
And if you think celery is only good for lowering blood pressure, think again. On the other hand, if you already enjoy celery in your diet, that means if you drink it or if you eat it with peanut butter or hummus, then you're lowering your risk of cancer. And that's proven. That's not just we saying that. That's in the books. Celery contains compounds that help repel cancer cells. You read that right, or I said that correctly. This is what we had on our email that went out. Eating celery is a natural cancer preventative. And the extensive health benefits of celery, I think it's going to surprise a lot of us because this plant has been known for its medicinal properties since, are you kidding? The 9th century.
That's a long time. Yeah,
and it does belong to the family of plants, which includes parsley, which I don't like. I hate the smell of parsley.
I don't like the taste of it.
The smell, the taste, but I know it's, again, parsley makes, when you juice it, especially with the celery, it's good. And carrots, fennel I like.
I love fennel.
Coriander, parsnips, and cumin, which of course is what curry.
Yeah. You know what I like about fennel? I like to boil it, make a tea from it, and put it in the fridge. And I sweeten it, of course.
I like when you sprinkle just a few fennel grains on roasted chicken. Like when you put when you're going to roast chicken.
Yeah, it has a distinct flavor.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to tell us about celery?
Well, celery contains 2 very specific compounds, right? Based on our research, we found that these specific compounds are bioactive flavonoids, and they supposedly fight cancer cells. And for those of you who don't know, flavonoids are occurring plant pigments that work as antioxidants and have the capacity to combat free radicals in the body. And these 2 specific compounds in celery, and I never knew this, right? One is called apigenin.
Yes.
Right?
I like to spell Apigenin,
Yes.
so that you'll know if he's pronouncing it correctly.
It's apigenin or you can say apigenin. That depends, like tomato, right? It's a compound used to induce muscle relaxation and sedation, depending on, the dose. It is also active as an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, and a cognition-enhancing substance with interesting potential in the treatment or prevention of Alzheimer's disease.
So you mean
that's how powerful.
I am going to have to increase my celery.
You got.
I think for most of these though, it's the dosage. I mean, I'm using dosage, but the amount you eat, like 3 stalks daily for like 2 weeks
Yeah.
is really what you have to do to start seeing benefits.
That's 21 days. Who's going to remember to eat celery every
No, you're
day?
going to juice it, or you're going to cook it, or you're going to snack on it at night.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
sometimes you get boring of doing
I
the
know,
same
but
thing.
if you're not doing it consistently like most natural things,
The benefits
it's
are
not like
not
you're
there.
just eating it 1 day, 2 days.
Well, that's
and then
true. Yeah.
not, right?
But I never
Okay.
knew, when I'm cooking, I like to put celery,
In everything.
in just about everything. I like it in soups, but I never knew how powerful these two compounds are. Apigenic component of celery says it fights cancer by inducing death to the cells, right? Apoptosis, which causes the cancer cells to self-destruct. And in addition to apigenin's antioxidant and anti-tumor properties, it is traditionally used in Chinese medicine for its capacity to treat things like gout.
Yes, swelling, period. Swelling, especially gout.
Arthritic conditions. It is a powerful anti-inflammatory compound, rivaling commercial anti-inflammatory drugs.
Yes. And it's amazing that people...
We take it for granted. Yeah, it's like, inexpensive.
Celery is still one of the cheap things you can get in the supermarket. But we talk about organic and what we should. It's one of those things that the normal way in which it's grown, I think it's at least about 19 different pesticides.
Yes,
that's used in the celery
because it's grown close to the ground, so they have to use herbicides and pesticides.
If you're going to choose to go organic, this is one of the things that you should. Especially, you can chomp on it, put it in your salads, etc. You're going to eat a lot of it raw. And you give it to little kids, right? Little kids get it in their lunch boxes.
Use it in dips, and as you said, you like it to peanut butter, whatever.
Or cheese.
Yeah.
What do you call that cheese?
Blue cheese
spread. No, the cheese
cream
spread.
cheese.
No, the cheese spread.
Cheese spread.
Cheese spread. It's cheesy. Whatever.
I don't remember. It's cheese.
It's called cheese spread.
Yeah.
Cheesy. Cheese whiz. Cheese whiz. That's what it is.
Then that's what it is. Okay.
Okay.
And then there's another component in celery. It's called luteolin. 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 Right? 3, 4, 5, and 7 tetrahydroxyflavone. That is a common flavonoid that exists in many types of plants, including fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs, plants that are rich.
When you say a herb is medicinal, it doesn't mean that the doctors or the governing body has said it is medicine, because they won't do that.
But they all have some kind of medicinal property.
I think what they mean is that it's been accepted for centuries, for so long, that everybody knows. It's like garlic. It has medicinal properties. It might not be proven in a lab or, there's not a paper written on it, but it is. So these
it has been used in various cultures for various ailments. So they know that it has some medicinal property.
And we can say that it really does work.
Yeah.
Because time has proven it, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
So this also has been used in Chinese traditional medicine for treating various diseases such as hypertension, inflammatory disorders, and cancer. Luteolin has the capacity to short-circuit the replication cycle of cancer cells. Now, this is really, really a powerful vegetable that we take for granted.
I had no idea.
I had no idea that it had these.
I know about the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Seriously, I know about the blood pressure. And if you have low blood pressure, then, cardiovascular wise, your heart's going to be better. Chances are you won't get a stroke. But for all the other benefits, didn't know. At least didn't know them all.
Now, this is not just us saying it, folks. A study was published in the Biomed Central Gastroenterology journal, and they discovered that that luteolin is able to block the signal pathways which are necessary for the growth of cancer cells, specifically colorectal cancers.
Right.
Right. So for somebody who is suffering from that condition, they need to start eating more,
Or juicing, you're going to get more.
Juice a lot of it. right?
Per gram with your juice. Well, I bet you didn't know. You know about weight loss?
I didn't know it was good for that.
Yes, weight loss. And there was one, even it helps to dissolve gallbladder, like gallstones.
Celery?
Yes, gallstones and kidney stones. But you must have at least 3 stalks a day for
So
several
somebody
weeks.
called me last week, saying that they had gallstones. And had I known, I would have told them drink a lot of celery juice.
Well, there's something I bet you don't know this. I didn't share this with you before, but I'll let you continue, and then I'm going to throw something out there that's celery. When I tell you, men, you're going to go out and you're going to be buying bunches of these stalks. Go ahead.
I want to hear this now. I want to hear. So anyway, like apigenin or apigenin, depends on how you want to pronounce it. Luteolin possesses strong anti-inflammatory properties. The Inflammatory Research Journal reported that luteolin is one of several flavonoids that exhibit anti-inflammatory activity. Both luteolin, and quercetin, another flavonoid, inhibited the platelet activating factor and suppressed the inflammatory response induced by allergies. That's another.
Yes,
powerful.
that's right.
So for people
with bronchitis, with
and-
asthma,
yeah.
in the lungs, I read that too.
So it is known to be a major source of inflammation. So folks,
Again, you have to do that to see any difference with the asthma. It has to
months,
be 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It has to be
Because natural things takes much
months.
longer.
2 months.
2
Every
months.
day for 2 months, if you're going to reap any benefits when it comes to the asthma and the
No, but
bronchitis.
apart from all of that, there are specific health benefits, of course, with celery, right? It is, as we said, it's an excellent anti-cancer food. It has numerous health benefits that make it a perfect choice for a healthy diet. A lot of people who are on diet, they take celery sticks. It's naturally rich in vitamins and minerals such as ACK, folate.
Folate, that's B. It has B9.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has molybdenum. It has potassium, fiber, and other healthy components. It is an amazing vegetable. It replaces lost electrolytes because it has so much water in it. Right? It's water loaded. People that work out a lot, right? It's a good thing to take to rebuild, to give back that the electrolytes that the body has lost.
Also,
it balances your pH levels.
Yes, because I was going to talk about the pH levels, because eating celery, it reduces your body's the acidic level. It's the uric acid level, right? It reduces that, and therefore it helps to maintain your pH, keep the body balanced, keep your pH balanced, right? Because if the pH is too acidic, that also can stimulate cancer growth. That also leads to inflammation,
acidic,
right?
Yeah.
So we need to keep that homeostasis. Okay.
Okay. You were going to say something about this.
No, finish up and then I'll leave mine for last.
It's a big surprise.
It's not a surprise, but I found it very interesting.
Oh, it lowers cholesterol and blood pressure as well.
Yeah.
It's a good source of fiber. So fiber helps to lower cholesterol levels by sweeping the cholesterol present in the bloodstream. Celery also contains phthalates. What is phthalates? I don't know. And that is a substance that stimulates the section of bile juices that reduces
in the pancreas.
Yeah,
that helps, right?
And phthalates relax the arterial wall and dilate the blood vessels, allowing blood to flow without interruption. Man, I got to eat more of this. This sounds like a superfood.
Believe you me,
I never knew until we started doing the research, and you're coming up with all these things.
Okay, so
it prevents constipation. So if you're having difficulty
it's the
getting that number 2 out,
it's the fiber,
right? Get yourself some celery, folks. It's going to help with the constipation. Include a cup of celery in your meal or snack. It can help, because it has about 2 grams of fiber plus 97 grams of water content. And for the kidney, it improves the function of the kidney. It has diuretic and cleansing properties, which improves overall kidney function. So for people who are having difficulties, starting to experience kidney failure, this is a good vegetable to eat.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And it also treats the nervous system.
Right. So, okay.
Right.
Celery. Who knew? Who knew?
But
well,
my message to anyone who's listening, if you want to start using a lot of celery, I think you should start looking at the organic celery.
Yeah.
Because celery, I think, is in the dirty dozen category as one of the bad.
It's usually they mention the berries, most of the berries, but that's
I
definitely
think anything that's growing
Mm.
low to the ground, and celery is one of them. Lettuce.
Okay, I'll tell you what I was going to tell the audience about for men.
Yeah.
Would you believe that celery has arousing properties?
You're kidding. You
gotta eat
yeah,
more
I gotta
celery.
eat a lot more, man. Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna buy you a bunch.
So that's why you
more.
brought it up. Okay.
It has arousing properties,
Huh?
and it increases attractiveness in men.
You're kidding.
It makes men more attractive. Men, you gotta go out there, you gotta buy some celery.
So that's why you have
know?
all these women running after me, because I've been eating celery.
You've not had a glass of celery juice in probably 10 years, so stop. Now I'm lying, right? But apparently this is true.
Yeah.
You know, pheromones that
Yes.
like in perfume,
Mhm.
you have, for example, the male. I love, well, oops, let me not get personal, but some women love the smell of a man which is natural, without the perfumes, that
yeah.
natural body
Natural,
odor,
yeah.
right? It's that manly, strong, whatever. So, well, I don't know about you, but
So I gotta eat more celery to bring that not natural.
gives off something.
Is that a message to me?
It's not about you. It's not about you at all. There is something called androsterone and androstenol. Androsterone and androstenol. And they act as pheromones. And it actually will help men to feel more, not to feel, they will become more attractive. Now, folks, I got this from the University of
Where you find that, man? Because in my research, I didn't see anything like that.
No, but see, you
look for different things. That's
exactly. Right. I look for things that I know you won't hear anywhere else, because I've never heard that anywhere else. So
no, I've never heard that
first on the Liquid Green Health Show.
Yeah,
Men, if you want to become more attractive, go drink some celery juice.
And make sure it's organic, folks. Make sure it's organic. So the summary of the whole celery thing is, remember, eating celery is a natural cancer preventative. There's no doubt about that, right? It contains apigenin and luteolin. These specific compounds are bioactive flavonoids, and they fight cancer.
And it's also good for psoriasis.
You're kidding.
Yes.
Wow.
For psoriasis. That's one of the ones we didn't mention, because it helps to strengthen the immune cells. Mm-hmm. And the cells that the viruses and the things that cause skin problems. Mm-hmm. That's what it will do. It will help to kill the viruses, and therefore it helps your immune system. And that's how it helps psoriasis.
Wow. Yeah.
Should we check some emails? And
yeah, before I check the email, I'm going to give a station ID. Folks, this is the Liquid Green Health Show, and we're broadcasting on Reality Radio 101. Today, we are talking about a specific fruit and vegetable. We're talking about celery, and we're also, a little later on, we're going to be talking about bitter melon
or Karela.
Yeah,
depending on where you live.
Depending on where you live,
Karela.
Right. And again, if you're watching us on YouTube, because we have a very, very large radio audience, and we have a pretty small YouTube audience. We're trying to build that, but our radio audience is the majority of our listeners.
I think we should put more emphasis, more effort in building, I think there's so many things out there you can do.
I like the
to
radio.
Get more attraction.
I love the radio.
Yes, but it would be nice to build the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, we're going to work on that. But if it happens that you are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, please leave a comment. Let us know where you are listening to us from or watching us from. And also check out all of our past broadcasts. You can hear us on Spotify. Just type in Liquid Green Health Show, and you can watch us on YouTube. Do the same, Liquid Green Health Show. And yes, again, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And you can also send comments to Liquid Green Health Show right, at gmail.com. That's liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. You want to check some email?
Yes, why not?
You go ahead.
Okay.
I haven't pulled it up.
Well, Steve had written in before, so did William, and Steve said we're looking forward to the Liquid Green Health Show. Steve, I hope you're on. And William said, Liquid Green rocks. We like that. And
somebody sent us an image of a big burger. What was that? That was Brad? It was Brad?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Brad sent us an image of a huge, this is not just big, folks. This is huge.
Yeah.
And it looks like it has bacon and it has cheese.
It looks like a big boy burger. You know, one of those double, triple burgers.
Yeah.
And one of those.
And Brad says, this is what I bought with my tax refund. I guess that I need to listen to your radio show more often. Yes, Brad, you certainly do, right? But enjoy.
Remember the one that said, why are we fat? Right? And Frederick says, because we don't keep your mouth shut.
Right.
And Mike says, hello to the Liquid Green Radio broadcast. Where do you broadcast from? How do you answer that? Where do you work?
We're broadcasting from our studios in Oshawa, Ontario. And where's Mike?
Mike is we listen to you in Coquitlam, British Columbia. I've been there. Your show is amazing and funny to boot. Enjoy it very, very much. Thank you. We'll add that to our list of testimonials, which Frederick saves religiously.
Yeah. And here's one from Stan. Hey, Fred. Try the $1 hot dog at Costco. They are amazing. Now,
do they still have something for $1 anywhere?
I don't know when I would be going back at Costco, but I'll try to remember that. I'm not really a lover of hot dogs because they tend to take too long to digest, in my case.
Oh, I love hot dogs.
But I'll try this summer for sure. I'll try some of that. Thank you very much, Stan. And then here's one from Andy. And Andy says, you go.
Cheese whiz? Gross. Oh.
That's why I let you read it.
Cheese whiz.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andy. It's gross.
Cheese whiz.
It's gross, Andy.
I had that when we were young. I loved it.
No.
I love anything cheese.
It's yucky.
Even the cheese that has mold on it, I'll cut off the mold and I'll eat the cheese.
Yeah, that's okay, but not cheese whiz. That's awful, right?
Cheese whiz. It's like
Andy, I agree with you.
Anyway, he says he loves celery. Does Fred cook a lot? Actually, you know what, folks? Where is Fred's Cafe? Fred's Cafe.
Hey, that's I like that name. Yeah, Fred's Cafe. It's coming, folks. If you live in Ontario, we'll let you know. We're working on something.
Frederick does cook.
I love to cook.
He prefers cooking, and I am happy because I don't love to cook. I cook because we gotta eat.
And when she does, I have to make sure that the food is cooked with love. I have to remind her. Make sure this food is being cooked with love, folks.
Sometimes I remember cooking a turkey Christmas dinner, and it was like, oh my God, everything went wrong.
It was a dead turkey.
And he said, no, this dinner has no love in it.
Turkey looked dead. So, Sam, thank you for your email.
Before you move on, Kofi also thinks that he enjoys your food more because you do more of the Guyanese.
Yeah, but I cook with love, and I put a lot of flavor into it. I sing when I cook. I'm happy.
Sellout Jamaican. That's all I'm saying.
I'm singing when I'm cooking. There's a lot of love in my food. So when you eat it, it raises your, the cells in your body goes.
Your food makes me fat. I prefer my food. Everything goes in the oven.
Sam, here's what Sam says. Hello from Toronto, Ontario. Good advice today. Be well. Thank you very much, Sam. We love you too. And Shane says...
That's a funny one. Eyeballs popping. It does have vitamin A, right?
Oh, boy.
We can't share that one because we can't see it.
Yeah, but that's a funny image.
That's Fred after eating celery.
Okay, so back to the show. So now...
Bitter lemon.
Yeah.
I always say bitter lemon. It's bitter melon.
Bitter melon, right? Mm-hmm. And depends on where you're from. The Asians call it bitter melon.
There are lots of names for it. I don't have some of the other names.
In Guyana and parts of the Caribbean, I'm from Guyana. We call it Karela. Right?
You keep saying Jamaican, say Cersei, but Cersei is something different.
Yeah, I that's what I realized. The Cersei bush that you guys refer to, the fruit of the Cersei bush is much smaller.
Yes, definitely.
Much smaller.
But it has the same taste. It's bitter.
It's bitter.
And we don't cook it. To Cersei, we only use it to make tea.
To make tea, right.
And the little pods, we just eat it. But you realize it's also like bitter melon It's also a dietary supplement. This has been studied around the world, again, for its medical benefits. So we're going to hear more about that, right?
Now, bitter melon was introduced into Europe in around 1710. All right, that's what the research tells me. It was recorded as a garden plant in France in 1870, and it has long been used as an important medicinal herb and as a food plant in tropical Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean and South America. Now, my research also shows that it originated in Africa, right?
And some places it will say in Asia. So
but
we don't know. But anyway, it's here.
It's
and
here.
It really will grow anywhere warm.
It's one of those fruits that are, rich in diverse types of nutrients. It grows anywhere, whether it's in a greenhouse or what. And you can see it in the supermarkets. And for those of you who have never seen it, don't know what it is, it looks like an alligator skin.
Yeah, it looks like
rough.
a cucumber.
Yeah, size of a cucumber,
shape of a cucumber.
but rough like an alligator skin.
Right. So much like okay, never mind.
Don't touch my face. Don't touch my face when you're doing that.
I shouldn't talk. It's warty. It looks like warts. And I'm fighting some of those right now.
Warts on my face.
No, I said I'm fighting some of those right now, right? So
but
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like an old witch's face.
It's old, yeah.
Horrible.
Horrible. And just looking at it, you may ask, what is that? Do people eat that?
And it doesn't taste good to me.
Well, I like the taste of it. I enjoyed it. I remember as a kid when parents cook it, I wouldn't eat it. And my son is doing the same thing. Our son is doing the same thing to us. He would not touch it, no matter how you dress it up. I cooked some yesterday with some shrimp, some dried shrimp.
Actually fantastic.
Wonderful.
It was great. It was great.
And the young man wouldn't eat it.
He wouldn't even taste it. He says from young, he says it's fear factor food. He would not eat it. He's eating bugs. Remember when we had the games?
Yeah,
bugs
with
and
bugs and stuff. And he wouldn't eat that.
And he would not try it.
But essentially, this, it's a fruit. And it is rich in vitamin C, an important micronutrient involved in disease prevention, bone formation. Vitamin C, it's good. It's also high in vitamin A, which is a fat-soluble vitamin that promotes skin health and proper vision.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're having a problem with your eyes, along with blueberries, this is another good supplement that you can use.
Can I just run down the list very quickly? Right? You'll go through them individually, but I just compile them all at once.
You mean the vitamins?
The vitamin. It has vitamin C, vitamin A, which is good for your eyes. It has vitamin E for the skin and hair. It has vitamins B1, B2, B3, and B9.
What? It has that B9 too?
Yeah, which we said.
Oh, that's a folate.
Yeah. And it's just like so many of these you'll find also in celery, right? It has potassium. It has calcium, zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, and iron. So
men should be using a lot of this because zinc for the prostate.
It has everything for everybody, right?
It has iron. So you can never, if you're from the Caribbean and you say your iron is low, you need a spanking because all you need to do is get some bitter melon.
And it has fiber. It has phenols, flavonoids, which you're going to talk about, and terpenes, which we talked about last week. And that's, I know we're saying different thing, but I thought that was what was responsible for the bitter flavor. But so go ahead.
Something else that's responsible for it, and I'll get in that. It's also a good source of, excuse me, catechin, garlic acid, right? And chlorogenic acid. I don't know what chlorogenic acid
They're
is.
Antioxidant compounds.
Yeah, these are two powerful antioxidants. These are powerful antioxidant compounds that can help to protect your cells against any kind of damage.
Free radicals.
It is low in calories and very high in fiber. So it is a fibrous fruit that, can help also with digestion and constipation.
So I know when we juice it.
Yes.
And we cook it.
Yeah.
But when I juice, for example, if we're doing celery and apple, carrots, ginger, lemon, I will do the celery. I know you like to put it.
I like to put it in. Yes.
I like to do it separately. and then we just take it like a shot.
No,
Because to me, it just destroys the pleasant taste of a large glass of juice.
Out of wickedness, I put it into the juice. So anybody who's drinking it have to taste it.
No, because you just want to drink the juice by yourself.
That's the that's the other part
too. Not that we won't drink it, but I would rather enjoy a nice tall glass of green juice, sweetened with either pineapple or apple.
Yeah.
And have the celery quick shot. Like
not the celery, the bitter melon.
Bitter melon.
Yeah.
2 shots and it's done. And then I can enjoy it.
I like to add it all one time, one shot.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Now, a lot of this information that we're talking about, folks, you can go to healthline.com.
They're great. It's a great website.
Go to healthline.com and you'll see a lot of things that we're talking about. So we're not just making this up. This is from the research that we have done. Now, there was a 3-month study with 24 adults with diabetes that showed that by taking 2,000 milligrams of bitter melon daily, it increased the blood sugar and it decreased the blood sugar and the hemoglobin A1C. And that test was used to measure that test is used to measure your blood sugar and control, over a 3-month period.
If it's the number one thing that, if you had to pick one thing that it does, that the acclamation for bitter melon, if you look, most of the research, it's about glucose. It's about reducing the glucose level for diabetics. But guess what? You need to be careful though. If you're a diabetic, you have to keep up with your doctor. You have to know your numbers.
Yes.
Because if this reduces your level and then you're taking medication to reduce your level,
too low.
It can, exactly.
And that can cause complications. No, I wasn't looking at it, but when you were doing your research on YouTube, right, the University of YouTube, and you were listening to the video, and I heard the narrator saying that you have to be careful with the seeds.
Okay, we don't need the seeds.
We don't need the seeds. So I don't know why they should say be careful with the seeds. Now, if
probably
you do...
some cultures eat the seed. Probably it's blended up in the juice. I don't know.
That can cause a lot of irritable, bowel movement, right? It really can hurt the tummy. Because those seeds are extremely bitter. However, when I'm blending it,
you blend the seed?
Juice, seed and everything.
Okay.
That's why it's so bitter.
Ooh. So even the leaves, I think you can also use the leaves. Just like moringa plant, you can use every single part of it.
Every single part of it.
Right.
It's good. Now, experiments have been done using cancer cells derived from different parts of the body. And those studies reveal that the wide range of potential of bitter melon juice in the fight against various cancers, such as stomach, colon, breasts, and lungs, right? So this fruit, I used to call it a vegetable, but now I know it's a fruit. This fruit has a lot of potential when it comes to, battling against those cancer cells. Cancer cells have been shown to undergo, sudden death when exposed to bitter melon juice. Right.
And it's cheap. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yeah.
If you go, folks, to the supermarket, just look where you'd find your cucumbers, pumpkin, etc. That's where it is.
Especially if you go into the Indian or Chinese supermarket.
No.
The ones I'm thinking of, the ones I'm talking about, the ones that I buy, because I don't buy the ones that we know from back home or the Chinese bitter melon. I don't buy that because I find them not to be too bitter and they're too expensive.
Okay.
So I buy the Indian type, which is really ugly looking ones.
Any supermarket you're going to find there.
Any supermarkets you have it.
And to cook this, you simply cut it in half. Use a spoon.
Get the seeds out.
Scrape out the middle. You actually taught me how to use this because I did not have it in Jamaica. We had Cersei.
So am I a good cook? No.
Yes, you're a good cook. Okay. So I used to just scrape out. I scrape out the center. Right. And actually, I love it with shrimp. What you did yesterday was really
it's nice.
And some tomato sauce. And it was good. Onions.
Yeah.
It's good.
Bitter melon and dried shrimp, folks. Watch it.
It's alternative. It's almost like an alternative medicine. And you know what? Here's a thing about foods like this. it's in North America, we have not heard so much about it. I think we were talking, Mike.
It's now getting popular.
Mike, you said it was the first time that you were hearing about it, that we were going to talk about it today, right? So we're really hoping that folks will go out and really try it. Now, in some parts of the world where they don't have, where diabetes is on the rise, and your people cannot get access to some of the drugs.
Yeah.
And this is such a natural.
It's easy to grow.
Proven.
Yeah.
It works, as I said, it's proven, and it's easy. You grow it in your backyard. And people have been using this for years to fight, to keep their blood pressure low, etc.
Yeah.
Right.
But
and
I think
that's what's really
when
the price is fantastic.
I think when people try it for the first time in its raw form, its fresh vegetable form, and they cook it or whatever, that taste is a turn off.
It is.
It's a big turn off. It is really bitter. Somebody just wrote in and asked if this is from Ari, and Ari says, writing in again to the Coxes. Is this stuff available in powder, liquid, or capsules?
Yes, it is.
It is, and we'll get into that just before the show ends. I'll tell you how you can get it. Yeah. And Shaw says, for the listeners, who in the Cox family does the grocery shopping and why? Now, you got to be truthful with this one. Who does the grocery shopping?
I do.
Folks, that's a lie. That's a blatant lie. You know.
Oh dear. Honestly, I believe we have our roles mixed up. Frederick loves to do.
Yeah, because I like to buy a variety of things.
No, I don't
take
like,
risks with
I don't
food.
like going to the supermarket.
Right?
I like to go to small supermarkets where I know everything on the shelf, and I just go 10 minutes, boom, 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 boom.
Then shopping is boring.
I don't need to
boring.
I don't
bring the same thing. You bring the same thing.
2 hours in a supermarket, and you go with him to the supermarket, folks, and
I look at the labels. I read the labels. Everything I pick up, I read the labels. I want to make sure.
I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
I don't need to go and spend 3 hours in the
I
supermarket.
admire the packaging. I say, wow, that's nice. I've never seen that before. I have fun.
So to answer that question, Frederick, most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, he buys the groceries, and that's because, and then you know what he does? He buys things that he would like to try.
Yeah. How would you know it's good?
But he doesn't like it, and I don't want to waste the money. So he buys it, doesn't like it, then I eat it.
And then you get fat and you blame me. Don't eat what I buy, man.
So don't buy stuff that you're not.
Don't eat what I buy. Don't eat what I buy.
So anyway, back to bitter lemon.
Back to bitter lemon, right? Now, additionally, cancer cells have been shown to, I just mentioned that, right? They are very effective, very, very effective in the treatment of ulcers, malaria. I never knew that. Treating malaria, pain and inflammation.
Hypertension.
So you mentioned psoriasis, right? And hypertension. This is an amazing fruit, man.
Yeah, it lowers bad cholesterol. It improves good cholesterol. That's one of the things we talk about that all the time because of the
Now, the question is,
diabetes.
What makes it bitter?
Okay.
What makes this fruit bitter? Why is it so bitter? The bitterness is a kind of a natural defense for insects or other animals that will eat the leaves or the fruit itself. So that's a kind of defense. And that bitterness is a compound that's called cucurbitacins.
No.
Cucurbitacins. Cucurbitacins. Right.
And I'll tell them, it's a group of bitter tasting toxic compounds. And as we mentioned before, that bitter melon, along with cucumbers, pumpkins, squashes, melons, and gourds, they also call it bitter gourd. The family, the family to which that belongs is a Cucurbitaceae family. And these compounds, as Frederick just said, they serve as a natural defense. So when other animals try to eat their fruit, they're going to be turned away because it's too bitter.
Now,
right?
cucurbitacins, pronounce it right this time,
yes,
have been studied left, right, and center for their potential medicinal properties, including anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial activities. However, that bitterness, that bitter taste, and the toxicity limit their use in medicine food. I don't know why. Because of the bitterness, they think nobody's going to use the medicine. Okay. So they don't put it in. But yet they have things like cascara that is seriously bitter, right?
But anything bitter is good for you. We know that. Yeah. Right? Anything bitter is usually good.
Now, also, additional excessive use of this particular fruit can cause a lot of problems with the stomach.
And that's why children, you do not give this to children because their little tummies are too sensitive. So pregnant women should not eat this, as well as if you have any form of liver issues. It's good to cleanse the liver, but if you have any type of liver issue, then it's not good to use bitter lemon.
So any kind of cucurbitaceous vegetables should be taken in moderation because of the bitterness. Right, and you should avoid overeating it or overdose in any form.
Yeah, because as I was saying with the liver, it's the lectins in liver that interferes with it. In the liver, the lectin interferes with the transportation of protein.
Yes,
and therefore protein to the liver, and that becomes a problem. So even if you have fatty liver, whether it's mild or severe, you should stay away from it.
But you know, we always say, at least growing up in the Caribbean, we always say anything that's bitter is good for you.
But apparently, it could be poisonous at some point.
Yeah.
If you're taking it and it's too much, right? If you do too much of it, like anything else, you don't need to take it for months and months every day.
No.
But I know that people like in Japan, where in the blue zones, the people that live the longest, their diet, their staple is bitter melon. So anti-aging properties also proven, right? So we're going to be eating that at least 3 times this week.
Now, here's an email that came in from D-Way, and I swear this is the last time I'm going to read an email from him or her, Dwayne. Right? Because Dwayne, I don't like this email. I'm telling you.
What is on Fred's grocery list? Oh my God, you hit it on the head. Cookies, this is not me saying this is you. Cookies, cakes, potato chips, chocolate, candy, etc. Right?
No, that's not true. I don't buy chips. Kofi does.
You buy chips and you buy week.
No, I buy potato. I buy plantain chips from the Caribbean.
Yes, you do, but you buy all the other chips.
I don't buy chocolate.
You buy chocolate.
No.
You buy the good chocolate, but you do buy chocolate, and we buy Henry.
I buy the
we
chocolate.
both buy Henry.
No, I buy the organic chocolate cocoa powder.
Cedric, you buy O. Henry and you hide them in the car along with the Oreo cookies. Don't let me tell all your secrets.
I haven't done that for a long time. That's a lie. You know what? I'm going to get my own car.
You're going to get your own show after this.
You're not coming into this car, period.
Folks, one more confession. I'm confessing this.
Because you feel guilty.
It's not about me, it's about you.
So why confess? Why confess?
Because I swear to you.
Don't confess for me.
This week, you had chips and you put butter on your chips.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It enhances the flavor. Yeah.
And you put jam in the ice cream.
Yeah.
And this Sunday, you're doing a health show about
it enhances the flavor.
So you're gonna lose your job. You're no longer doing the grocery shopping because when I look at Dwayne's list of the things he knows you buy, you gotta go.
I think
you're fired.
I think we were gonna have to hire a screener and for people like D-Way, right? Those emails are not gonna come through.
I love it.
They're not gonna come through anyway, man. Anyway, well, we said it. It's essential to consume this fruit in moderation.
Yeah.
Right. And folks, it is bitter. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very bitter. And for little children, they're not gonna like it. No matter how you season it up, no matter how you try to
don't force them. They shouldn't have.
Don't force them. Don't force them. Let them get a little older, and then you can introduce it gradually. However, if you have a condition like, if you have allergies, psoriasis, or you have any kind of condition, if you're been diagnosed with a cancerous condition, this is something you really should pay attention to. The bitter melon as well as the celery. Buy them both organic, and you should see some benefits. As you said earlier, it should be taken for at least 21 days on a regular basis, because it takes that much time for the body to react.
It's also good for your hair.
No
Drinking
way.
it, yes.
Yeah.
If you have dandruff, it prevents hair loss. It prevents split ends. I tell you, when I dig deep,
Yeah.
right? So apart from the regular things we know about, these are some of the other things that it does, right?
Wow.
It also helps if you have a hangover, right? It reduces the alcohol deposits on the liver. So folks, if you're going out to drink, probably should keep a bottle in the car. If the cops stop you, you can just get a, get a shot of bitter lemon.
And make sure
and
you walk
then
with toilet paper in the car.
It's good for the bladder, the gut. It's like it's
Sam
amazing.
says, Fred, I am writing in again. This
Okay.
stuff is gross. Butter on chips, jam on what? Ah,
Thank you, folks. You're bearing.
I'm going to
That's
stop
good.
doing this show because I'm not going to stop. I'm going to ban certain people from doing this show, right? Because they're telling stories, man. And anyway, somebody asked if these things are available in liquid or whatever.
Yes,
Folks, if you really want to try bitter melon, we have an alternative for you. There's a product that's called balsam pear tea.
Which is another name for bitter lemon.
Which is another name for bitter melon. And somehow they have managed to remove the bitterness, but it still maintains all of the properties. It does exactly what the fruit does. It's called balsam pear tea. And in March of 2008, the issue in the International Journal of Chemistry and Biology reported that scientists in Garvan Institute of Medical Research and the Institute of Materia Medica found that compounds in balsam pear tea activates the enzyme AMPK. Now, AMPK is a protein well known for regulating energy metabolism and enabling glucose uptake, with the added advantage that balsam pear tea has no side effects. This tea helps to repair B cells of the pancreas, which is responsible for producing insulin. It contains plant insulin and charatin, which regulates blood sugar and blood lipid level. It reduces glucose absorption in small intestine, and it controls diabetic complications. So you're getting everything that the bitter melon has, except for the bitterness, And if you'd like to get that particular product,
that's the one we drink that all the time. We drink this
all the time. And I was surprised it wasn't bitter, right? It's very good. And it's ideal for people with hyperglycemia, people with type 2 diabetes, people with diabetic complications.
Yeah.
Very good product. If you'd like to get some of that, then just go to the liquidgreenhealthshow.com website, liquidgreenhealthshow.com website, and click on supplements. And when that window drops down, click on Green World and type in balsam pear tea.
Yes.
Right.
As a matter of fact, folks, I'm going to give him a little bit of a break after seeing Sam's email. Because it is gross.
And you've been rough on me today, man.
But the thing is, we are allowed to do this in moderation. The butter and chips is like once ever. That's the first time I've ever seen you do it. Right?
Yeah, tell the truth. You make it sound as though I'm doing this thing every day.
All the time. But listen, but the fact is that we do so many things. We're about 90% right.
Yes.
In terms of the groceries, what we eat, what we buy. Yeah. And but the thing is, I believe you must have fun in your food.
Yeah.
And we exercise. We go to the gym. I swim.
All those things. So I'm allowed to splurge.
So you're allowed to cheat every once in a while.
Yeah. So
every once in a while.
So let the audience know that I don't do this on a regular basis.
I'm saying that no.
You
need to put butter on chips.
It has a wonderful flavor. It's like you put in peanut butter and apple. What does it? Peanut butter and apple.
No, this is something I'm sure most people have done this, especially in nursery
So
school.
what's the difference with putting butter on chips?
Frederick, chips is already a
Peanut butter and apple has no flavor whatsoever.
It's not about flavor, it's about the health. Apple, to encourage kids don't need encouragement to eat apples. But as one of the treats, I learned this from a teacher's aide I had when I was teaching school, and she would slice the apples and just dab a little peanut butter on it, and the kids would just gobble that up. And ever since then, I just love to have a little apple, a little peanut butter on my apple.
I bet you
and I
do
like
the
peanut
same
butter
thing
and
with
nuts.
chips, with some jelly on it, nice jelly on chips.
You see, you always miss the point.
No, I'm not missing the
Chips
point.
is
I'm
not
telling you
a
what
food. Chips
Of
is
course
not
it's a food. It's edible.
It is one of
It's
the,
edible.
what do you call those foods? They have a
It's
word
junk
for it.
food. We know it's junk food, but it's good,
It's even
good
worse than
edible
that.
junk food.
No, we're talking about, they have a name for it. Oh, I forget.
It's
But it's
food
like,
that you can splurge on when you need a snack.
what do you call those things?
Comfort food.
What?
Comfort food.
No, I'm thinking worse than that, guys. I'm thinking, like, the goal is right
See,
now.
you don't even have a name for it.
Oh,
You can't put it in a category because there's no category you can put.
I need
You
the
can
thing
put
from
chips.
memory. I need the thing from
You need some ginkgo. That's what you need. You need some ginkgo. So,
oh my goodness. I will remember before the end of the show.
No, you
It's a type of food that like chips are.
so folks,
So-
once again, I'm going to remind you that if you really would like to get this particular product without the bitterness, you want to try it. It makes every sachet in the box, it has about 20 or 22. Every one will make about 2 to 3 cups. And you don't even know that you're drinking bitter melon. And the ingredients is not just bitter melon, it has green tea.
Mhm. And
Right.
green tea we know is good for
We know-
like everything.
The benefits of taking green tea, right? And so that's
That's
it.
about it, right? I
Yeah.
think we've covered everything.
I think so.
So we're going to Costco and let's check their prices and see if we can get a big box of bitter lemon that we can juice every day for the next 2 weeks.
I
right?
love the juice. It's
Mhm.
nice. It's bitter, but I enjoy it.
So let's wrap up with something.
You can
about
also put
liquid
lemon. You can also put lemon in it
Yes,
if you want to.
carrots,
You want to kill the taste, right? You can take
ginger,
or
and
yes, even ginger you can put in it as well. So, folks, once again, I want to remind our listeners, all of our listeners, whether you're watching us on YouTube or you are listening to us on Reality Radio 101. This show is the Liquid Green Health Show radio and podcast.
What's liquid green? We usually not talk about liquid.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up just now. I'm going to talk about it. We're streaming live on Reality Radio 101, and you're always rushing me. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this broadcast. You can also check us out, all of our previous broadcasts on Spotify. You can also, again, watch us on YouTube. And of course, you can send your comments to liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. That's the liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. Furthermore, if you really would like to try any of our products, we have a full line of non-toxic, 100% green household cleaners. And folks, if you have not tried that, you really are missing out on something that is not just good for the environment, but it's good for your health.
And guess what? Guess what we did yesterday? Because after we signed up for that form at Costco, we turned it on them and I said, we want to be vendors. We want to sell liquid green products to Costco. So folks, help us. If you like our products, send in the testimonials because we're going to be talking to Costco in the near future.
Yeah.
Right?
If we could buy from them, they can buy from us.
From us, it's
right?
a win-win situation.
So
They don't know yet how good it's going to be for them.
Yeah.
Right?
So in the meantime, check us out, liquidgreenproducts.com. That's liquidgreenproducts.com for a complete line of 100% green household cleaning products. And for authentic natural health supplements, visit liquidgreenhealthshow.com. You can also write to us at the liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. That's liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com.
And before you close, I know we have like 30 seconds or so. There is one last thing I wanted to mention. I don't recall if we did.
Anything except cookies.
No. It's about sleep.
Oh.
Bitter melon.
Yes.
It will help you. It helps to cure insomnia.
Okay, I can
Also
hear the
good for
music
your
in the
eyes.
background.
All
So,
right. So I
folks,
just wanted to put
I
that
want to
in
thank
there.
our producers for once again allowing us to be on air and for doing a wonderful job. So remember this, good health is at the core of human joy and overall well-being. Its influence is profound, extending beyond personal vitality and significantly bolstering prosperity and economic advancement. Thus, investment into your health is akin to investing in a brighter, more prosperous future for ourselves and the community in which we inhabit. Until next Sunday, same time, same station, prioritize your well-being, please. This is Janet and Fred saying, let's stay healthy
on
Reality Radio 101. Have a good week.
Thank you for listening to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts, Fred and Janet Cox, right here on Reality Radio 101.